What's up, guys? I'm just being a little bit louder. So how was my day, or how was my week? It was alright. I think, Saturday, I went with friends to Culver City. We watched Marty Supreme, so that was pretty good. Thoughts about the movie? I thought it was okay. No, I thought it was good. I liked the comedy. That was right up my alley, I think. But for other people, I think it was perhaps a bit too unhinged, maybe a bit too controversial. But that's just the type of guy my boy Marty is, right? So, yeah, I don't really have much to say about the movie. I think it was pretty good, and I liked it. So, what else do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, me and Big M were doing like a vegetarian plus egg plus no egg diet for this week. I don't know why. Or she says because like the Indians that we're friends with are doing that too. Okay. Sorry. Someone just sent me a message. Yeah, so she was like, oh, kind of like inspired or like wanted to take up that challenge or something like that. And I'm gonna keep it a buck, right? Like, I don't really want to do it, but she proposed it, and okay, sure, right? I'm not against it, and of course, like I wanted to try out some vegan options as well, just to see like what UCLA has to offer, and like I was also thinking like going in, oh, I think this would make me a bit more appreciative of like meat and what I usually eat. I don't know if you guys have heard of like spending 1 year living as little, or like spending as little as you can, so that you can kind of like appreciate like being humble and like not very materialistic, and that just makes you appreciate things just much more. I felt going in like it was kind of like that to me, but keeping it a buck, like I didn't really want to do it, right? I still don't. I just ate Thai food, and I usually get like the yellow curry. I couldn't get that because there's no vegetarian option, so that kind of like hurt my soul. But yeah. Okay. What else do I want to talk about? Bro, it's been really busy already. Like week 2, we're already really busy. I don't know if you guys have seen my Tuesday schedule. Jesus Christ. And if I'm trying to like do running and gym alongside that, it just becomes so difficult to like balance everything, like both having a social life, doing classes, doing extracurriculars, fitness, personal health, and still having time for hobbies. Like I've already sacrificed all my hobbies, by the way. Like there's just too much and just too little time to do everything. And like with my lab, there's just so much that I need to do. Like I think relatively to Eddie's, it's really not that bad, like keeping it a buck, but it's still like a decent amount of work that I need to do. So yeah, that's a bit of a struggle. At least for my lab, I think my mentors, the people in it, are pretty chill, I like them, like talking to them, being around them. I don't think it's like really uncomfortable at all, so I think that's a nice plus. But I'm also trying to find direction in terms of this lab, like what to do, what exactly my goals should be, what I should be striving for, and also like I'm getting like a lot of freedom to choose what I want to do, and because of that, like I'm a bit lost, and I'm uncertain as to like what I should like pursue, because it's gonna be a commitment, right? And I don't want to like mess up. So, and I'm not sure what's actually like best for my career. So, those are my 2 cents about that. Like talking about busyness, this week on Tuesday was the first time I actually had to like set up or had to go to Google Calendar and just go on and then just write down all the tasks I needed to do that day and like this week, just so that I wouldn't get overwhelmed and so that I don't forget anything. And like that's the first time I've actually had to do that really in my entire life. So damn, that was kind of humbling. But I think it's manageable. I still don't think this is as bad as high school senior year, like doing school, then Kumon, then still doing my hobbies, and still doing my career alongside all of that. So still hanging on, still doing what I'm doing, but it's not easy, that's for sure. It's not easy. Yeah. Oh, and I also wanted to talk about I got, I don't know if you guys were aware of this. I know Simon, Mark, you guys were aware of this, but I had given Big M a Christmas present. She had already given me, or like, yeah, she had given me, Eddie, Adrian, like that room, like a pocket knife type of thing, like a gift store item with our name inscribed in it from Solvane, I believe is what it's called. So I already thought that was a really nice gesture, right? And that was like our Christmas gift. And then I gave my Christmas present to her first because Adrian was like a little bit late and she was waiting for all of us to assemble. And then she was like, "Oh, you should have told me, blah, blah, blah." And then like yesterday or 2 days ago, she gave me like another gift. And I'm like, "Why did you do that, right? Like, you already gave me one. I already appreciate that." And then she's like, "Oh, because you spent so much." It was $30, right? And I already said that I was willing to spend more on White Christmas, or White Elephant, excuse me, not White Christmas, White Elephant, than on her present. So it was like, I don't really think I'm doing a lot. But then she gave me a like green tea, because she knows I like green tea, I told her, and like a kettle to go with that. So a really nice gesture, appreciate that. And yeah, but I feel like she's DTM, perhaps a bit DTM, but it's okay. I appreciate the effort, appreciate the thoughts. Yeah. Is there anything else I want to talk about? It's been so busy. Like, I'm literally gone from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. usually. Like, and Eddie's gone that time too. Adrian's gone that time too. Basically everybody is, except for the Indians for some reason, right? Alyssa's like hella locked in now because she wants to focus on her grades and academics and all that. I don't know what Michelle is doing. I think Michelle takes a while to work. Like, she takes a lot of time, which is fine, but she's taking 3 classes. I don't know why she's gone for the whole day herself. But yeah, like, she does her, right? You do you. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, and then my lab is CSNL. That stands for Computational Social Neuroscience Lab, and it focuses on the brain. I think my mentor specifically focuses on loneliness, relationships, and like identity or something like that. I don't really know, but yeah, something like that, around that. in that vein, in that general ballpark. And well, like Eddie told me that like that's what Big M wants to do research on. Like she would only do research if it's involving like the brain, because her major right now is psychobio, I think, like psychology and biology combined into one major. But she's like trying to transfer majors or switch majors to what is it? Neuroscience. And when I got into the lab, Eddie was like, "Oh, you should tell her." Right? Because like, but then I didn't want to, because not because like I'm trying to be humble, right? Like I really don't care, but I felt that I don't know. I didn't want our relationship to even have like an inkling or a connection where it becomes more than just like friends, but also having like benefits outside of that. For example, like I'm in the research that she wants to get into, you know what I mean? Like I didn't want a relationship that's just that, or I want a relationship that's just completely like for that person. You get what I mean? Instead of like external factors like this that would encourage her to try and get closer. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. I want like a genuine relationship rather than something that is more transactional, right? But I get that friendship is transactional, like in every aspect, in some shape or form. But yeah, but it is true that I would definitely welcome her being in the lab. So I just felt it was a bit early to tell her, because okay, she finds out and then I can't get her in, so like what's the point, right? Like it's just I don't know, right? I didn't really want to do it, but then Eddie just like spilled the beans, so okay, sure. But don't get me wrong, like Big M's not that type of gal to ask or like you get what I mean. So it's okay. But yeah, whatever. How are my classes? I think I briefly hinted at it. I have 4 classes. Cluster, Math 32A, which is Calc 3. Stats 20, which is my major class. And we're just like doing introduction to programming with R, which is a language, really easy, like, and a GE, which is like a history class. We're doing A push basically, so really not too bad at all. In fact, I'm really not doing much work, like coursework or classwork, and my time is usually just spent on clubs and my lab right now, like outside of lectures. And so yeah, so don't get me wrong, there is work, there is homework, but it's nothing crazy at all, right? Like it's definitely manageable. But because I have a club, we're doing like a GitHub project right now, and I'm doing my lab. That just makes it a bit harder, especially when I'm trying to juggle a lot of personal stuff as well. That being gym, that being running, that being socializing, that being eating with other people and hanging out with other people. It just becomes really packed and cramped, and time becomes very scarce and limited, I feel like I've been sacrificing a lot of sleep recently because there's just so much I want to do, and then often I'll have to sacrifice a little bit of sleep to do that. For example, waking up a little bit early to hit the gym, or hit to run because I won't have time for the rest of the day, or staying a little bit staying up a little bit later to talk to Big M, stuff like that. So yeah, that's a little week recap. I think I want to talk a little bit or answer the questions now. What do you guys say? So let me just scroll up. Okay, let me start with the questions. Okay, from Mark Long. How big is it? 4 inches pushing 5. Okay, that's the first question. Okay, from Simon. Do you see getting in a relationship with Big Booty M? I assume this is a romantic relationship that you're asking. I've thought about it. Do I see getting into it? One, as like, do I envision myself doing that? As of right now, I don't really, but I will admit I have like imagined it to see how that would feel. Like when she's around me, I don't know why, just for me, she treats me like she adopts a motherly role when she's with me. For example, we were talking about alcohol and drinking, and she's like, and I told her that, I like drinking, right? Like, it feels good. Like, I'll be honest, it feels good. And then I literally just told her straight up, I think if things turn out really bad, I can definitely become an alcoholic, right? And then she's like, don't ever drink, right? Like, promise me that you don't ever drink again. Damn, okay, wait, what? Right, like, damn. What's up? But when other people talk about drinking, she doesn't really gaff. Like, gaff as in give a fudge. So I don't know. Or, I usually wear slides. Let me show you guys. Those are usually like, or I bought them with the intent of treating them as like shower slippers or shower shoes. But I just wear slides now wherever I go. And then she always mentions it. She's like, why are you wearing slides? Why are you wearing slides? Wear actual shoes. Stuff like that. But when someone else like wears like sandals or like slippers or like slides, she does not give a shiz. So I don't know about that. What else? Or when we were at the mall at San Antonio Mall, every time I looked at something, she was like, do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Like, okay, say bow, bud. Like, I was, okay, do not tell her this. I was genuinely getting a little PM, but like, okay, back up, buddy. You're good. What else? Oh, I'm coming on a blank right now, but there's a bit more. Oh yeah. When it's food, that like unhealthy food. Like when Eddie's eating it, she does not give a shiz, right? Like, she just lets him do what he wants. When I like want to get something, she's like, oh, that's not very healthy, or like, should you really be eating that? Or like, oh, that's really, yeah. Like, ooh, I don't know. So yeah. So yeah, I think you guys get the general gist. I don't know what she's doing, but Simon, to answer your question, do I see myself getting into a relationship? As of now, no, I do not. Have I imagined it before, just to see how it would feel and how that dynamic would look? Yes, I have. Do I have feelings for her? Um, keeping it in the buck. Not really sure. I There's stuff that I'll like subconsciously feel or think, but when I'm consciously thinking, like, do I have feelings for her? It's always like an immediate no, I do not. Right? But I don't know if I'm just like faking it or I'm just lying to myself, like my deep inner self. But that's how I'm consciously thinking. However, subconsciously, let me give you guys some examples. And I'm being quite vulnerable here. And do not tell Eddie this. Do not send Eddie this video. If he gets a hold of this, this would not be the best, I think, because a rumor is gonna spread around town. Perhaps Alyssa would know about it. It's just a little bit risky, I think. So I'm stressing you guys here, but yeah, some subconscious things. I'll start with the more tame ones. Okay, this is something I'm incredibly embarrassed about. Like, looking back, I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. But I was last quarter. I was taking my linear algebra final, and then I just couldn't stop thinking about her. Like, on one hand, like, it wasn't too bad. Like, it was the final was easy, and it was like monotonous rote work. If you guys have done it before, just a bunch of RREFs. JWU, if you're watching that, you know what I mean. It's just very monotonous, like, calculations, and just very repetitive. And I think my mind just kind of wandered off. But still, it's just like 40% of my grade, and I was just thinking about Big M. Like, I could have locked in for 2 hours, and that's all. But my mind just came to wandering off, and I was literally like, Jaden, like, come on, lock back in, right? And it was just like, ooh, I don't know what I was doing there. What else? Okay, this is like a recent thing. I don't know why this is happening, but I'll see her, or I'll think about her, or I'll be talking to her, and then I genuinely just be like, I'll genuinely just be like, oh, I want to touch her, or like, I want to hug her, or stuff like that. And I don't think about that for anybody else. So it's like, do I subconsciously just have feelings for her? Or what? So there's that. And then, okay, this is actually diabolical. Okay, if Eddie gets a hold of this, guys, I'm actually done with all of you. So sometimes when I see her, or when I'm talking to her, it's never when I just see her, but when I'm talking to her, and then maybe she tells me something, or I'm telling her something, but there's just like a feeling of connection, then I'll get hard. And I get like an erection, and it's just like, yeah, like, damn. And it's not even like I'm consciously thinking like, oh, I'm turned on, right? Like, or she's so sexy, or something like that. Like, no, it's like some subconscious instinctual thing that just was like, I don't know what it is. So those are some subconscious things that has been happening. And yeah. Okay, now how close? Yeah, I think that's kind of sums it up. You guys can judge for yourself based off of that. And then now, how close are you to her? I think I followed up with what you mean by that. Friend-wise, how close are you to her? or I don't know if I've told you guys, or did I tell you guys? I don't know, but I'll just say it again, just as a reminder, or if this is the first time you're hearing this, then yeah, it's important contextual information. But like, not to toot my own horn or anything, like Eddie literally told me this, but she said that she feels the closest with me, like in the friend group. And yeah, I mean, I can tell that too, because when we were at the movie, she didn't really talk to anybody else except for like Eddie. But once Eddie was engrossed with Alyssa, then she just kind of like stood to the side and like was silent. And then like I had to go talk to her, or she will ask me like questions, and I'll talk to her, right? So it's just stuff like that. So that's big pointing towards me, like her thoughts on me. I'll give my thoughts on her now. Yeah, I think I think we're close as friends, yeah. Or I tell her basically everything that goes on with my day. I've been trying to open up a bit more, because like that was my New Year's resolution to her, was to open up a bit more. So I've been trying to do that a bit more, like talk a bit more about my personal life. For example, she knows a lot about, or not a lot, but she knows stuff about you guys. She knows stuff about my high school, or she knows like Miss Pan, stuff like that, just my life, I guess, and my history and my background. So she knows about that. But is she the closest person I have? In some aspects, yes. But sometimes, I don't know. When I'm like kind of how do I say this? I wouldn't go to her whenever I have like, for every problem, if you guys know what I mean. Like for every situation, I wouldn't go to her first. However, for a lot of situations, for most of the situations, I think I would go to her first, or I would want to go to her first. However, sometimes, because talking to her, well, let me just say, like, everybody responds and acts a certain way, and Big M's kind of responses, and like if you're asking for advice or you're venting, or let's just do asking for advice, she is bad, like asking for advice. Like if you're asking for advice, she's quite like, I usually would not ask her for advice. Why? Because usually she'll just say, oh, I don't know, or she'll be like, I don't know, stay safe. Like she says that exactly. I don't know, stay safe, bruh. I don't know, something like that. And then like, so I obviously wouldn't, right? Because like if I'm asking for advice, then I want advice, and she's not giving me anything, right? However, if I just want to vent, if I just want to talk, then I usually would go to her, just because she's a good listener, I think. Or yeah, I think she's a good listener. So yeah, I usually would go to her first. if I wanted to vent, wanted to talk about something. So, yeah. But even then, sometimes I would talk to Eddie first. Not just because he's my roommate, but because sometimes I feel more closer to him on certain things, or more comfortable talking to him about certain things than Michelle. But I think for most things, I would prefer talking to Michelle about. So yeah, I think we're quite close. Or yeah, let me give you guys something that I've been that happened yesterday. We were getting food from, or Korean corn dog, I think, the one with potato and cheese, it's like a hot corn dog. You guys know what I mean? Sugar on it. I don't know. You guys know what I mean. And then Michelle has a very close friend here. Her name is Hannah, and she's basically her sister, right? Not blood related, but basically, their relationship is that close, basically, to the point where they're basically sisters, or at least Michelle views her as a sisterly figure. Or she already had told me that Hannah thinks I like her. Or, let me just remove all pronouns. Hannah thinks Jaden likes Michelle. Right? Which is why she even thought that I liked her in the first place. Hearsay from her. I don't know if that's true, but I'll trust her. And so we're getting the Korean corn dog, and we go to, or she wants to get some for Hannah as well. Sure, right? They're close, and she's trying to be nice, right? Doing a nice gesture. So okay, I'm not gonna stop that. It's her swipes. And they come, and they talk, they catch up, right? And I'm not really close with Hannah, and she brings her roommates as well, Hannah's roommates. So there's 3 girls that have no idea who they are. Besides we're mutual friends with Hannah, or not Hannah, excuse me, with Michelle. And they just start talking about some stuff. I'm taking a back seat here and giving them space to catch up, do all that. But at the end, they're walking together to the trash can to throw away their stuff. Hannah turns around. She's like, what? Smiles at me, and she's like, okay. She's talking to Michelle. Okay, you can go back to your boyfriend Jaden now. Not even being quiet about that. I heard that, buddy. So I don't know exactly. I didn't know what to say, so I just pretended I didn't hear that. And I don't know. Michelle went silent for 2 seconds, and she's just was like, "What was that? I don't know that name," or something like that. I don't know. Playing dumb, playing coy. And then she proceeded to deal the same medicine and just drop the guy's name. I assume it's someone close to Hannah, or her ex or something. I don't know. Because, yeah. But it's just bruh. Why is that even being said, right? So there's that. And then I want to tell you guys another example. Because 2 days ago when I told you guys, I talked to her from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m., tell me why she, kind of grinning, she says, "Oh, we're not beating the allegations." 2-3 times, by the way. Because we were one-on-one and we were talking late at night. First and foremost, why is that even in your thought why are you even thinking that? Secondly, why are you smiling when you're saying that? And then third, why are you saying that multiple times? Like, I heard you the first time, right? So it's like, and I don't know what to say to that. I'm like, oh no, I think it'll be fine. Or like, no, it's fine. Or like, no, it's okay. Or they're sleeping, it's okay, they won't notice, or something like that. And then, same session, by the way, she, or we've seen, like, a little lore drop here, we've seen Arav, which is an Indian, and Alyssa together. Like, Arav definitely likes Alyssa. I don't know if Alyssa likes Arav back, but I've seen them, like, like, sneak out one-on-one together and, like, do stuff. I don't really know what's happening, but yeah. And then she proceeds to say, wait, aren't we doing Alyssa and Arav right now? Or some shit like that. It's just like, what do you want me to say to that, bud? And it's just like kind of weird. But yeah. And then yesterday, Michelle was in our room with, and Eddie Adrian was there too. And then Eddie, being the mofo he is, he's like, oh, so guys, I have a question for you guys. Why were you guys, or Alyssa had told me that Michelle came back at 1:40 a.m. And Jaden, I think you also came back around that time. So what exactly were you guys doing? Or something like that. And then I look over at Michelle, and she's like low-key, like laughing and like, I don't know, like, bruh, kind of weird, but it's okay. Yeah. But how close are you guys? I think we're very open with one another. Like, we'll often tell things that, because we know both of us don't really care, or like, or we're close enough that we can be honest and like share like some more like lead things. For example, like trash talking some of the people in the friend group, like being a little complaining a little bit about those guys or Alyssa or stuff like that, or yeah, it was just like being very open. Like, when she's PMO'd me before, I've told her, right? And she reflected and she was apologized. When I've PMO'd her before, I've done the same. She's told me I've done the same. Yeah. It's just stuff like that. And we try to be more communicative, I guess. Where she talks a lot about like her worries to me. And I do too, but like I usually don't have much, right? Like I'm a chill dude. But sometimes she does like talk about things or concerns that she has, and then like I give her advice or just like listen, like lend a ear type shit, and it's just, yeah, we just talk. How down bad are you? First and foremost, what does that even mean? Like, how down bad am I to her? Like, yeah, how down bad am I in relation to her? Or how down bad am I for her? Not really. Like, it's okay. I will say this, a lot of the times I don't view her as a female or like as a girl. However, recently, I'm gonna keep it a buck to you guys. Recently, I have. Like, more and more. So, maybe my thoughts are slowly changing. Maybe I'm slowly falling in love. But, as of right now, I'm not. I don't like her romantically. So, I will say this. I think she's the closest I have been to falling in love. However, I think at the end of the day, I can't fall in love like this early or this quickly. Like, not to throw any shade to Simon here, but I really can't fall in love or really like someone romantically when I've only known them for like less than half a year. Like, it's only been like 4 months, so it's like it's not much, right? So yeah, not really down bad for her. From Jay Woo here, what are your chances of bagging her if you pursue her? I don't know. Like, I'll tell you this: Big M is a really weird gal, and sometimes her actions are like objectively like really weird, or they'll suggest something, but then I actually ask her like a little bit later, and she's like, "Oh, I did not intend that at all," or she's like, "Oh, I read it this way," and then like on a really faint thread, I can kind of see what she's getting at. But it's just like, what are you like thinking, right? So I'll notice things, I'll observe things, and sometimes it feels like, okay, maybe she likes me, but you really cannot tell. Like, I really cannot tell, and I think she doesn't, or that's how I'm leaning towards now. I'm sure there's a possibility she does, but I'll always assume and play it safe and not jump to conclusions, right? What are my chances? So maybe like right now, 10% maybe if I'm feeling a little generous, 20% if I'm feeling hella generous, but I think around 5-10% if I'm actually pursuing her. From Simon here, or actually, excuse me, from Jay Woo. How big is it? So that's actually a repeat question. 4.5. From Simon, do you jerk off? I have. Routinely, no, but I have. From Jay Woo, does Adrian jerk off? I've asked him. He says he does it at home when he goes back on the weekends. Do I see Adrian as a friend or just a chill guy? Really pointed question there. Keeping it in a buck. Fall quarter, I just saw him as a chill guy, like, because we really did not hang out much. He was quite busy. Our schedules didn't align. He went back on the weekends. It was just a bit of a struggle to really connect and hang out more or spend time together to the point where I can view him as a friend. Now it's getting better. Now I'm viewing him more as a friend, but still a little bit ways to go. I think he definitely can, or I do think of him as a friend. A close one though? Probably not. Like, it'll need time, but yeah, sure, he's a friend. Cut or uncut? I'm circumcised, if that's what you mean. Why don't you ask Big M out right now? I don't like her as of now. Do you think Big M is more sharp than you? Good question from Simon here. I like that question. I don't think I look bad. Keeping it in the dirt. I don't think I look bad. Now I'll tell you this. First time I saw Big M, I genuinely thought she was chopped. Now, I think she's growing on me. I don't know if I'm just viewing her more attractive. Like, I'm just more attracted to her, and then like her appearance just makes me think, oh, she looks prettier or something like that. I don't really know, but I'm a bit ashamed to admit it, but there's been 2 incidents I can clearly recall. 2 instances where one instance I thought she was really cute. Like, I'll be honest, I literally thought in my head, wait, she's kind of cute, right? Like, just the appearance. I saw her, or I opened up the door because she was knocking. I generally thought, wait, she's kind of cute. another instance. This was right before winter break. I saw her and she like had her hair in a bun, like put in a bun, and I was like, wait, she's really pretty, or something like that. Or I literally thought in my head, wait, she's pretty. So, But for the most part, I don't really think she's all that. Like, Caitlyn Abak, I think she's kind of dropped. However, there has been instances where it's like ooh, right? Like, damn. Not like, damn, like, God, or anything like that. So, like, hey, she's kind of pretty. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You guys get what I mean, right? Like, oh, she's kind of cute. So to answer your question, I think, yes, she's more shocked than I am. Question from Jay Woo. How would you feel if Big M, right, dated someone else? Right now, I'd be fine with it. In fact, Eddie actually told me that because he asked me yesterday if I liked her. I'm like, what's up? And he's like, because if you do, you actually have competition, right? I don't know who it is, but the fact that he's warning me shows that either he's interested, like this person is interested in Michelle, like enough where they would want to pursue her, or he thinks that like if they get serious, then I'll get absolutely mobbed. But I was thinking about it. I think I'd be okay with it because I don't like her romantically right now, right? So why would I be mad or like possessive or something like that, right? Like, she's free to do what she wants. But as of now, I'm not even. She's not even close to any guys. Like, yeah. And I've talked to her about like romance already. Where I was like, wait, does Adrian like you? Do not tell him that. I was like, wait, I think Adrian might like you. Or something like that. I don't think he does, but I just wanted to like see what she would say. And she's like, really? I'm like, oh, I don't think so. Something like that. Like, she was playing it cool. Like, she was nonchalant about it. So I was like, oh. I'm like, wait, so what are you doing if he like actually does like you? And she's like, well, I'll just keep the status quo, or like I'll stay the same. And then it's just like, I don't know. Or we've talked about types before in the past. Not me and her like one-on-one, but like friend group, like all of us for some reason. I don't remember what she said. Or just like she said someone nice. Like Brett. That's like basic starter pack, but okay. That's the bare minimum, but sure. Oh, excuse me. Jay Woo added on to Simon's question. Closeness as a friend. I answered that. Closeness from a romantic perspective now. I don't know if she likes me, but I don't like her right now. Or I think I don't like her. I don't know. Oh, I'll tell you guys this. You know that beanie that I sent? Let me tell you guys a little story. So that was actually, I was just planning on, I got it free from an event. I tried wearing it, it was too small, right? And,
dude, you can't. ChatGPT genuinely can't explain it. Really? It's so bad. I think the more like is that it's yeah, that's
right. What am I doing? Where was I? Okay, yeah. So I got the beanie, and then I was just gonna give it to her, right? Like, it's fine. And I messaged her, oh, do you want this? It's too small on me. And she's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll try it. And she's like, when can I pick it up? Or like, are you busy right now? Can I pick it up right now? At that time, I was playing with my brothers, so I was busy. Like, I was in the middle of the game. So I just ordered that. She's like, oh, okay, I'll pick it up tomorrow. For some strange reason, she still pulls up, knocks on my door, and she's like, can I try it on right now? okay, like, buddy, I just told you I was busy, but sure. Like, you already knocked on my door. I already took off my headset. I'm here already, so sure, you can just take it, right? And be on your merry way. And then she's like, wait, just give it to your friend or something like that. Like, she sort of started, like, being defensive. Like, you just asked if you wanted to, if you could wear it, right? And you already said, sure, like, I'll try it on. Right? So it's like, I don't know what you are doing, and you're wasting my time, right? Or like, I'm not gonna be that harsh about it, but like, I already told you I was busy. And then, sorry, brain fart. Then she asked, like, oh, did you ask your friends? Which is why I had to do that. Because this mofo did not, like, I was like, none of you guys want it. Like, I don't need to ask. I know you guys. None of you guys want it. But then she's like, oh, just ask them. You didn't even ask them. And I just wanted it to be over with. And I was just like, frankly, I think you look gorgeous with the beanie on. Like, I think it would suit you quite well. Or something like that. I said something like something like that. And then usually when I compliment her looks, tongue-in-cheek, by the way. Like, it's always tongue-in-cheek. Because I did not think that. She would always say, sorry, bow. Or like, shut the fuck up. Something like that, right? But this time, like, she, like, went silent for like 1 or 2 seconds, and she was like, thank you for the glaze, or something like that. So I was like, okay, just take it. And yeah, so that was like a little aside that I wanted to add. Some other things I just thought of. What was it? Oh, like motherly role when she's with me. She brought all of like her cleaning supplies to our room, and then because we were drinking tea, right? She gave me the kettle, so of course I'm gonna make tea, right? Like for her. And I do it, and then she brings all her cleaning supplies and starts washing the cups. I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, you don't need all that, right? And she's like, no, I'll do it. Then I'm like, okay, sure. And then she washes the kettle as well. Washes everything. Like, okay, like, you're good, right? Like, I was just gonna like rinse it, but she brings the sponge, dishwasher, the blah 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 for the cups. I don't know. And then Eddie's like, "Oh, can you wash my water bottle as well?" And she's like, "No, fudge no, right? Like you do that." Like, bruh, okay. And then something else. Oh, okay. So this low-key was kind of PMO. But I did like a New Year's resolution for like people in the friend group, where like I tailored it for every person, just to something I wanted to focus on for our relationship for every person in the friend group. So it was like 6-7 people, and for most people I did less than 10 minutes. Alyssa's was 10 minutes because I wanted to like say stuff. Rest of the guys 6-7 minutes. Eddie's was 3-4 minutes. Like, there's nothing to talk to him about, right? Because I feel like our relationship is already quite good. For Michelle's, it was 40 minutes, just because I had a lot more to talk about. And this was when I was at LA Fitness walking back to my house. It's around a 30-40 minute walk. So to fill that void up, I was just talking. And then she kept asking everybody, like, oh, how long was your recording? Or like, yeah, how long was your recording? Something like that. And then she kept asking him. I'm like trying to give her the hint, like, I literally told her like 7 minutes, right? Like real quick, just to like shut her up, because nobody wants to hear that I gave them 7 minutes and Michelle 40. minutes. But then she just kept asking it. And then she confessed this to me like a little bit later. And she was like, oh, I accidentally told two of the Indians that yours was 40 minutes. Or, yeah, your recording to me was 40 minutes. And then the other people was like 6-7 minutes. I think she was low-key kind of happy or some shit. I don't know. I genuinely do not know, bruh. Women are kind of confusing. Especially more so Michelle. So yeah. It's just stuff like that. It's just like low-key kind of weird. And then she recently put on a fragrance, like, or like a scent. I don't know why. I don't know if it's for me or what, but it's there now. And I still haven't said anything because I feel like it's kind of weird. But I don't know. What else? What else? Okay. Do I have any more questions? From Bentley, have you gooned while thinking of someone from UCLA that you know? No specific names. I have not gooned to someone else at UCLA. I exclusively goon to hentai. However, I will tell you this, perhaps a bit TMI, but I wanted to give you guys some meat and potatoes, reward you guys for your time and listening to what I have to say. I've told you before that sometimes when I'm talking to her, I get really hard. Like I get turned on, erection, all that fun stuff. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'm very, very horny. I suspect it's because I'm talking to her more now, and like that just makes me feel more pent up, if you guys know what I mean. Like, because I just have more interactions with women. I don't really know, but that's my 2 cents on that. So not really, but of course, like, I'm not gonna think about her and like tug the worm or whatever, right? But yeah, I did want to say that. So yeah, no finishing to anybody, because that just makes it so weird and like awkward around them, because I low-key will feel kind of guilty that I did that. But there have been instances where I get horny, or yeah, I wake up really horny, and I suspect it's because, or she's contributing to a little bit of that. I think that's the question. Those are the questions. Okay. I think, I actually skipped Bentley's first question. So do you FW her or what's up? And he says FW means enjoy presence of. Yeah. Like, if I didn't like talking to her, I wouldn't even be talking to her, right? As an aside, or like as an example, I don't really like talking to Alyssa anymore, because like I feel she's quite boring, or she doesn't really say much to me. I think maybe she's uncomfortable or something. I don't really know what, but she doesn't really talk to me much, or she doesn't ask me any questions. So it feels like I'm talking to like a wall. Like, of course she'll answer my questions, but it's quite curt or very cold, and yeah, it's not really a fun environment to be talking when I'm around her. But I do enjoy talking to Michelle, so I guess I do enjoy talking to her and enjoy the presence of her. So yeah. I think that's about it. Or something I also want to talk about. I don't know what it is, but I'm not even saying like anything that funny, or like I'm not cracking jokes. I'm not trying to be particularly funny, but then she's laughing so hard at what I say. He's like, huh, am I a comedian? Or like, I don't know, like, and I've talked to all of this with Aubrey, by the way, my RA, because like she's a objective girl that I don't really know who else to talk to about, like love about, or like romance about, or like girl talk about. So I ask her usually about stuff like this. And she was like, I don't really know. Like, a bit of a gray zone right now, which I do agree with. Like, and just to reiterate, like, Big M is a very strange gal, so I really do not know. And sometimes, like, common sense does not really apply to her, right? Like, you'll notice stuff, you'll observe stuff that she does, but, and if you think normally, or like through a normal lens of a normal person, then it will be because of this reason. But then you actually ask her, and her motivations and her thought processes are just completely different. It's just like, what are you doing, right? So it's tough doing that with her, right? Like, you really have to understand her and then do that. But I don't know. I don't know her enough. Or I don't really try to like observe every little detail about her, because I think it's just uncomfortable to analyze for both me and the person being analyzed. So there's that. I think that's about it. Yeah, it's about an hour long. I think that's plenty for you guys. Let me see if there's any more questions. I wanted to say, Aiden Kong, love the comment about you need to be more tender. That actually made me laugh. Don't get me wrong, I think I do, but I think our relationship has kind of reached the point where, don't get me wrong, I definitely can be tender, and that can definitely be effective and like thoughtful, but I think for the most part I can be honest with her, be straight up with her, and I think that's a genuinely nice thing to be able to have. So there's that. Yeah, okay, that's about it. I'll let you guys off. And oh yeah. Or yeah, that's about it. Okay, so I guess before I completely end it, I don't know if I made it explicitly clear, but let me just describe my feelings to Big M. I like being straight up, trying to be real here, trying to observe myself objectively, analyze myself objectively. I do not think I have zero feelings for her. But I don't think it's much at all if I do. If you guys know what I mean. Like, maybe I like her very little. Like, I like her somewhat. but it has not reached a point where I'm like, oh, I need to confess to her or I need to actively pursue her. Like, I'm okay with what we have right now in our relationship right now, and I'm not like striving to go further beyond the type shit, right? Like, I'm okay with what we have. I'm satisfied with what we have. And I don't know. I think that just means I don't like her enough to want to go to the next step. And so, yeah, like, as I said before, I can't fall in love that easily, right? At least for myself. Even if I do, I don't think I will accept it or like be willing to commit to anybody that I've known for such a short time, because at the end of the day, I'm not really going to, as much as I want to sometimes, I really don't want to like date someone or like someone without thinking of it or without thinking that I can be with them for the rest of my life. Like, I don't really want to like someone just for the short term. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes I do want to like have some fun and just like try some new things out. But I think my morals, my principles, and my standards really prevent me from doing that. And I don't think that's really a bad thing. So, I don't like her enough to think that that I'd be very happy living with her for the rest of my life. However, she does have potential, I'll say that, right? Because I do like being around her, right? I enjoy her presence, but maybe not to the point where I'm sure I won't get tired of her, right? Like, as crazy as that sounds. So, that's about it. I'll let you guys off, and bye-bye.